Hello and welcome to Joburg today. My name is Dumi Chapo, bringing you the best of what's going down in and around Johannesburg. While South Africans are still digesting the explosive state capture report released last week and coming to grips with the implications for the nation and the current President Jacob Zuma, the Institute of Race Relations has produced a report titled Life in South Africa, Reasons for Hope. They argue there are silver rays of hope for South Africans, and Nashina was there for the release of the report.
The Institute of Race Relations says the screaming newspaper headlines has not done justice to the things going right in South Africa. At a presentation held in Johannesburg this week, they set out through research findings to demonstrate that there has been some progress in South Africa.
The report, Life in South Africa, Reasons for Hope, released by the IRR today, really looks at the period 1994 to 2015, during which the researcher of the report maintains there has been significant progress at different levels of South Africa's socio-economic society. For example, he maintains there's been progress in terms of more formal housing being allocated to South Africans. More South Africans have access to piped water. There's been a reduction in poverty. There's been a reduction in the murder rate, and overall there's been an increase in the number of graduates coming out at university. However, this report comes at a very odd time. It follows hot on the heels of an explosive state capture report released by the public protector. So the question is, against the dismal economic outlook for South Africa going forward and under the allegations of corruption, can we expect to see greater improvements in South African society?
We covered a number of areas in the report, but I think I could highlight a few. I think the big one for me was there are two, which I think are very encouraging. The first is the decline in the murder rate, because I think all of us are very aware of the high levels of crime in the country. And then the second one is the decline in new HIV/AIDS infections, because our country has been ravaged by the disease. And if that number has been falling, then it indicates that we've made some progress in dealing with the virus. So those two indicators are very encouraging.
In a nutshell, over the period 1994 to 2015, according to the IRR, the total number of people with jobs has almost doubled, notwithstanding the current high official unemployment rate of 26.6%. There's also been significant improvement in living conditions in South Africa. The IRR says the number of households with access to formal housing increased by 131.3% since 1996. That translates to 1,042 formal houses built every day. The number of households with access to piped water has increased to 110.4% since 1996. The number of households with access to electricity for cooking has increased by 228.5% since 1996.
I think a lot more could have been done, and I think we need to look at the country's leadership and the different policies that the country's governments have followed since 1994. It's certainly true that the rate of progress has slowed since President Zuma became president. And so while we're looking at the figures from 1994, we see that the rate of progress was much greater under the administrations of Thabo Mbeki and Nelson Mandela. And so in recent years, our rate of progress has slowed, but it's still positive.
Here is how the IRR would like South Africans to digest the findings of this report.
What we're hoping South Africans will get out of this report is that they start to see South Africa through a new perspective, in a positive way and a negative way. It's reasons for hope. It's Life in South Africa, Reasons for Hope. So we're saying that progress is being made, and that gives us reasons for hope. Hope is a very fragile thing, and so we need to cultivate that hope by implementing policies that favor economic growth and development. And unfortunately, under our current leadership, we don't have such supportive policies. So the rate of progress has slowed, and we need to pick it up again.
Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
Like us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter @Joburg Today. It was a dream come true for 5 participants of the De Beers Enterprise Development Program. The 5 local independent diamond cutters and polishers made their way to the De Beers Diamond headquarters in Kimberley as first-time site holders or diamond buyer. This opportunity means they're on their way to realizing their full potential as key players in a highly competitive industry. We followed them all the way to Kimberley from Johannesburg to bring their story to you.
Beneficiation is the new buzzword in Africa, as it is considered a game changer, the roadmap to a new economic reality. The aim is to boost manufacturing in downstream industries and to create jobs. This is why Diamond Group De Beers launched its enterprise development project earlier this year and selected 5 local diamond cutter and polishing entrepreneurs to embark on an exciting journey with them.
The background of the project is that we felt at De Beers we had to intervene in a space to grow diamond cutting and polishing in South Africa. Whilst diamond cutting and polishing has been in existence in South Africa for over 100 years, it has been in a decline in recent years. In particular, we want to look at the South African ownership of the diamond cutting and polishing industry in this country. So we introduced a program that would focus on young South African diamond cutters and polishers and enable them to develop and grow and become competitive in the global international diamond markets.
Here is Jo Matole of Kwame Diamonds taking her first step into the De Beers site room, where she has the opportunity to access rough diamonds and buy them. The raw material access to rough diamonds is considered as a key barrier to growth.
This has been a long time coming. I promise you right now, I need to pinch myself. I still can't believe I'm sitting here with this view, with this box in front of me, with my sister experiencing this moment. Because to be honest with you, we started a long time ago. This journey has been, we started it, years. From trying to get a mine, trying to get site, and ending up here with our own box. The first time I was here I was an employee. Now I'm actually a business owner, my own box. It's unbelievable. It's too exciting. I'm so emotional. It's not funny. I'm literally shaking. I was looking forward to it. When you talk about it and you're telling people we're getting a site, until you are here and you're actually touching these diamonds and they are yours to buy. It's an experience I can never explain. You need to experience it yourself. It's amazing.
I have to pinch myself because I am so excited to be here today with Jo to share this moment with her, following the South African trailblazer all the way from the city of gold to the city of diamonds. I'm also very excited to be here because this is the first time that De Beers has allowed anyone to come into a site room and to film the whole process of buying diamonds. Now, the site room is where site holders, that is De Beers customers, come to see the diamonds they want to purchase and to buy them. And these are real diamonds in my hand. If you just look at these beauties, rough from the earth, it's enough to inspire anyone to get involved in this business. Now, what is so great about the De Beers Beneficiation Initiative is that they are reshaping this country. They are empowering South African cutters and polishers in diamonds. They are also reviving this industry and uplifting local communities.
Look, the process started, to be honest, about 3 years ago, and it was just a trial and error, and pretty much to try, I guess De Beers wanted to find the right people for the project, because being in the diamond industry is not like any other business. You cannot put a blanket approach to it. You need people that are focused, you need people that are quite passionate about the business, you need people that will be in touch with the industry, and just pretty much demystifying the industry. Most of the time you see, not being controversial, but most of the time it's always been a white dominated business. Now with us coming in, sort of like integrates, and it's hope for the business, because right now we need a revival for the industry, and this is a great start. This is absolutely amazing.
Molefi Letsiki of Diamond Holdings also made his way from Johannesburg to Kimberley to site his first set of De Beers diamonds.
It's an exciting moment. For me, it's exciting and very emotional at the same time. Walking into this building that I never thought that one day one would get a chance to even walk into. You know, I've always known every time I came to Kimberley that that's the De Beers site holder building. And it's exciting to just walk in knowing that I'm a client that is coming to view stones, you know, especially coming from a background where my father used to be a polisher. For a short while, he ran his own company, cutting and polishing diamonds. And that's where I got introduced to diamonds. You know, growing up, all I wanted to be was a traffic cop. And, and it just dawned on me one day when growing up, my father would take me to work with him sometimes over weekends. And that's what introduced me to diamonds, because it was amazing for me to see how something so beautiful and precious and brilliantly shining can come out of this carbon that, you know, people used to sit on benches and cut and polish, you know, and that really caught me. Ever since then, I guess I've just been starstruck by the diamonds, and today just being here, it's like a dream come true.
De Beers maintains all 5 participants are developing well since the launch of this program earlier this year, and it all simply comes down to having a passion for the business. Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
Hi guys, my name is Boiti and you're watching Joburg Today.
That's all for today. For more on the city, do check out our playlist. From myself, Dumin Chapo, and the Joburg Today crew, it's goodbye.